Everybody. It's Dr. Erica with It's Refreshing. It's so good to see everyone. How was your Thanksgiving? I think I ate too much. I mean, we were so full. And I just want to say, before I forget, I just want to thank those who did send me an email and for the sponsorship for you to have your special Thanksgiving. We don't take that lightly. And I'm so glad that you entrusted myself and my team to be able to sponsor that meal for you on Thanksgiving. And I got the heartfelt, warm emails and text messages from the individuals. And I'm just grateful that we could be of assistance. So we'll do it again next year. So long as you need it, we're here to give it to you. And so I'm so excited about that. And we're looking forward to just the next endeavors. And I just want to say really quickly, okay, I'm in awe because I won Queen City Author of the Year. Yay! And so I'm so excited. But guess what? I couldn't have did it on my own. It's because of you guys. You guys voted. And I mean, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I won, first of all, until everyone started texting me, sending me messages and telling me, because I had another engagement that I was at that particular weekend. And so I could not attend personally, but I was there in spirit. So I just want to thank Kevin Gover Jr. with Connected Ed and his Connected Ed Foundation. Oh my gosh, he's from Buffalo, just like me. And not only that, he has a grateful heart. He has a grateful spirit. He's a popular man, but just he's a giant, but just he's a soft-spoken man. And you never know all of what's going on in his life and how many things that he's doing, but it's massive. And he's bringing together all people from all over. So I just want to thank you once again for that award, him and his team, because I'm so excited about it. And so if you haven't seen it on social media, if you follow me at ELM School of Real Estate, ELM School of Real Estate, you'll be able to see the image, and be sure to follow Connected Ed on all social media platforms. So therefore that you can see what the latest and greatest things are going on. Okay. But I'm excited about that. So guess what? We're in December, December 2nd to be exact. And so I just wanted to quickly, if you have yet to get any of my books. Okay. I have some of them with me today. One of them is 12 inspirational quotes. Okay. For women entrepreneurs. And it says Speak Life. And you can get this anywhere books are sold. Okay. You can purchase your book. If you want to get it from me, send me an email at elmsuccesstrainer@gmail.com. I also have my other book, Think and Quote Like a Millionaire. Okay. It's the Millionaire Strategist, Dr. Erica L. McKnight. Okay. And you can find this book anywhere books are sold as well. And then I also bought, because we're in that season of CEO self-care. Okay. How important it is to take time for self-care, even in the midst of everything that we have going on in our life. It's so important that we take time out, that we love on ourselves first. Because guess what? We already know if you're empty, you can't pour into anyone else. Okay. Let me say that again and put it down in the chat too. If you're empty, you can't pour into anyone else. So this book, along with all the rest of my books. Okay. I have so many. I have at least 24 books, and I'll have even more coming in next year. But they're all motivational books, self-help books, encouraging books on just how to take your business to the next level. And I give you my failures. I give you my setbacks and teach you how you can overcome them. And these are things that you should not do as starting a business. Okay. And you're going to have ups and downs. It's not always going to be up, and you're not always going to be making all of that good money. There's times you're going to flatline. And in those moments when you flatline, that's when you're supposed to get even more creative. So I teach you how to do that, is that in the midst of not having any money, after you go from making so much money, and if you have that moment where you flatline in your life, then these self-help books will help you get to that next level and empower you. And like I said, make sure you follow me at ELM School of Real Estate. So 12 days of Christmas, we've heard about that and all that good stuff. So I want you guys to write down in the chat. Tell me some things. Is your Christmas tree up? Because guess what? Mine is not up. My kids are a bit young adults, so they do decorations. Okay. They're still kiddie, but I haven't put my Christmas tree up. And to be honest with you, I don't think I am, only because I just like decorating the fireplace. I like putting gifts out. I do the other things, figurines, all of that kind of stuff, and stockings on the fireplace. But sometimes I put up a tree, sometimes I don't. So we'll see what happens. Okay. But if you put your tree up right now, That's good. You're great. You're wonderful. This is awesome. And so kudos to you. Some people start right after Thanksgiving, which is very nice to do it right after Thanksgiving because what other better way to get rid of all those calories? Because I know I had some good food. But we'll be talking about food this month too, because I'm going to have some other phenomenal guests on. And I just want to say, if you have yet to see the other interviews that I've done in talk shows, I want you to go back and I want you to review all of those videos because we had some phenomenal speakers on. That's my guess. We're gonna charge him $5 for interrupting the broadcast. Okay, but at any rate, this is live. That's what happens when you're live. You just never know what's gonna go on. But go back and look at those inspirational stories of the previous guests that I've had on It's Refreshing, because they have totally been refreshing in their testimonials and life tips, singlehood tips, marriage tips, entrepreneur tips, and the list goes on and on and on. So before we bring on my next guest, we're going to go ahead and take a very quick break, and then we will be back. It's shortly. It's Refreshing with Dr. Erica.
Good Lord. Yo, what's poppin'? It's Sam Pose. Welcome to season 2 of the Video Mixtape Show, exclusively on the Connected TV, where we're featuring some of the hottest indie and mainstream videos. We're in 80 million homes. Remember, 80 million homes on Amazon Fire TV and Roku. Artists, get your videos in. You can hit us up on IG. That's the Connected with a K, because some people kind of miss out on that. But with a K, don't miss your opportunity. DM us and walk through that door, because we right here waiting on.
The Connected Radio plays the hottest hits from indie or mainstream artists. Artists, do you need radio play and promotions? Call us at 1-855-566-6328. The Connected Radio is the real station for the people.
We're back. It's Dr. Erica with It's Refreshing, and I am refreshed on the second day of December. Okay, what can I say? The end of the year is near. And so what we're doing on today, we have a very, 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 very special guest. And I am so stoked, okay, because he is another humble, giant influencer, pioneer, philanthropist, entrepreneur, great father, great husband. He is the man. Let me say that. He is the man. And so I am so excited to have him on the show on today. His schedule saw fit to join me on today because he's been juggling a lot of different things, but I am so glad that he's here. He's not only a person that I know, but I consider him a great business partner, and I consider him a great friend as well. And it's just he's phenomenal. And what I know about him is that his word is his bond. And I think that's the other reason why we link and that we can be connected, because his word is his bond. He is the owner, Mr. Grover Schenkel. He's the owner of Community Cares, which is a nonprofit organization that gives back to the community. So a couple examples would be such as they clean up the highways and they clean up vacant land, and they go in and they help people. They help young people, middle-aged people, more mature people. They give back to the community, and his work has branched not only in Norwood, North Carolina, but it has branched across the Charlotte area and beyond. And so his organization is built for the community. We have a lot of nonprofits that say they're nonprofit, but at the same time, they're profit. So I think you know what I mean by that. But he's a man of his word, and they have golf tournaments every year that they have a fundraiser. And we're going to talk more about a fundraiser that is coming up this particular weekend on Sunday, December 7th. And so without further ado, I want to introduce you to Mr. Grover Schenkel.
How you doing?
All right. How are you?
Oh, it's fine.
That's
fine.
good. That's good. It's so good to have you here.
Hey, I'm glad to be
Like,
here.
are you nervous?
No, with all your energy, man. Oh man, I'm good.
Okay, you're good.
I'm good.
So was I good with my intro? Was that good enough?
Too much. You too kind.
Oh, I told you.
I'll pay you afterwards. Yeah.
I know, right? He'll pay me after. I told you that he's humble. I told you he's a humble. So how is life right now? Like, let's just talk about life right now.
Life is good. Life is good.
Okay.
Complicated sometimes, but it's good.
Complicated. Okay,
Yes.
everybody heard that complicated sometime, but it's good.
That's good.
You know, and so when life gets complicated, who do you rely on? Or tell us some tips. What are you doing when life gets
Well, I
complicated?
think everybody have to have a higher spirit, and Lord Jesus Christ is my higher spirit that I believe in. And that's why I find my comfort.
All right, your comfort
Yes.
in the Lord Jesus Christ. You heard that.
Yes.
So he's a praying man.
No doubt.
No doubt. Okay. So family life, you have how many children?
I have two
Okay.
and 2 grandkids.
Nice.
And then I have an extended family that my wife had 3.
Okay.
So we have a total of 5, 6, 7.
He stopped counting after a while. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, that's awesome. That's great. And so, like you said, extended family. I love that because family is still family,
That's right.
no matter what. And so, let's just dive right into it. Now, you came up with, okay, you're originally from where?
Norwood, North Carolina.
Norwood. Do you guys know where that is?
A small town. You blink, you pass it.
Small town, you blink, you pass it.
Yeah.
I've been there plenty of times, even before I met Grover. But
Yeah.
you know, by being in real estate and everything, we know where a lot of small but very quaint,
Right.
tranquil, you know, very just historic towns.
That's right.
Okay, and North Carolina has beautiful towns. There's always something going on
Yeah.
in these smaller pockets. Okay, so Norwood. So you were born and raised there.
Yes.
Okay, and how many siblings do you have?
6.
6. Okay, 6. So 6 siblings. Okay, and are they all still with us? Or
Unfortunately, they're not. I'm the last brother of 4,
okay,
and I have 2 sisters.
and 2 sisters.
Yes.
Okay, and so in Norwood, tell us what's so popular about Norwood?
Lake Tillery.
Lake Tillery.
Beautiful lake
Yeah.
area. Yes, and it's steady growing.
And it's steady growing.
Steady.
So in Lake Tillery, do you go? I know there's fishing out there.
Number 1.
what kind of
and all
fish?
that.
What kind of fish can we get?
Crappie, probably the best.
Crappie is there?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, quick story.
Brim.
You guys
stuff
know
like that.
I've been
It's
all
awesome.
over the place. Brim too?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, quick story. My family, some of my family, well, my dad was from Alabama. Okay. Birmingham. So I still have plenty of family. Then I have family in Bessemer, Alabama. Okay. But I'm originally from Buffalo, New York. And then my mom is originally from Buffalo, New York. So anyway, I had never had crappie before until my uncles, one of my uncles from Alabama, he goes fishing all the time.
Right.
All the time. That's all they do. And so he caught some crappie. And so he made it for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is some meaty fish. Like it was so good. You know how we say everything tastes like chicken. But seriously, it was so good. And I couldn't believe they didn't sell it in the stores.
Oh, it's good. Fresh,
Fresh?
right out the lake.
Okay, so you got a fishing pole and everything.
Oh, yeah. Boat and all.
Oh.
Love it.
Listen, we want to be like Grover. He got a whole boat, honey. We going on a trip. We're gonna fish. We're gonna get some crappie and some brim.
No
Okay.
doubt.
Oh my gosh. And so Lake Tillery, and it is growing,
Yes.
like you said, leaps and bounds out that way. Okay.
Yes.
And so what are some things besides the fishing that Norwood is known for?
Well, they have a great park. They have a great park down there, and the lake that they have there at the park, and the people really work out, and they encourage people to work out and get healthy around that area. So you see them using that park quite a bit.
Okay. What's the name of the park?
It's Daryl Allman's Park.
Daryl Almonds Park. Now, who is that?
Oh man, he's a legendary of the town. Great man.
Great man.
Great man. He not only he was very inspirational to me as well. Back in the day, he had the little Part 1 of Major League Football.
Uh-huh.
He was one of the coaches.
Mm.
And he kind of helped integrate things a little bit, because back then, they say about racism and stuff like those small towns and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But those guys, you take Lloyd List and Daryl Allman, those guys, they brought all us together, the kids.
Mm.
Despite all this other stuff that people had going on, they had a chance to bring the kids together. And they helped me do some of the things that I'm doing now. That kind of influenced me and let me see that at that time, with all the stuff that was going on, division and all, we felt that unity once we got together and had that camaraderie and competitiveness and all that stuff. And we were able to do that without the fear, and they created a safe environment to do that.
Wow.
And I thank them for doing that.
And so was it the town that came together to give him the name for the park, or how did that come about?
That was the name that he came up with,
Okay.
evidently. And his commitment to helping people like that, the company that he owned, it was some land that he explained to me that one of the factories gave to them and gave them the opportunity to create a park because it was a flood area, and they was able to come together and use their own money to purchase the land.
The land.
And then they developed the park off of grants and different stuff like that, where they explained. Because he had the heart of giving and bringing people together.
Wow.
So it's men like that I want to honor today.
Yeah. That is huge. And see, this is the reason why we do the It's Refreshing broadcast, because you see us, but there's other people always that
That's
have
right.
paved the way, that have done things that we weren't even around, they were, proceeding before us. And so they come and they do different things. And like you said, if it wasn't for that gentleman, then pouring into your life or you knowing about him, then a lot of things you probably wouldn't do today. And like you said, he was your inspiration. He's your motivation. So I ask you guys, who's your motivation? Like, who inspires you? Think about that individual or individuals and connect with those type of people, because in our lifetime, we may not see the fruit of our labor, but it will fall to generations,
Right.
and that's obviously what this what this gentleman has done as far as the park is concerned. Okay, so we know about the park and we know about the brim and the crappie, because I'm going to keep on talking about that because Grover got a boat. Okay, and so we're going to talk about that because as you can tell, I love to eat. So. I love some good food. Okay.
No
It ain't, food is good medicine, just like laughter.
No doubt.
Okay. And in these times, we need good, comforting food, and we need to be able to laugh because we have so much that's going on. And so, like you said earlier, life is complicated. Okay. So, and you told us that you lean on the Lord, and other people have other resources that they lean on to be able to move forward in life and stuff like that. Okay. So what we're going to do is take another quick break. And when we come back, Mr. Grover Shanko, we're going to keep talking with him. It's Refreshing Dr. Erica. Oh. Back with Dr. Erica and our special guest, Mr. Grover Shanko, the owner / CEO of Community Cares. And we're going to dive back into our conversation. So let's talk about, before we get into the nonprofit organization, let's just talk about what kind of work you do or did do, okay, before you got into the nonprofit side of it. Let's talk about that.
Well, I have to tell you from the start there, I was raised around carpenters. My uncles that was in the business of repairing houses and stuff like that. And they would take us along even when I was like 13, 12 years old, 12, 13.
Nice.
And I grew up around that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my foundation. And I grew up around gentlemen in the neighborhood that was always inspiring and making me work the right way. So that kind of inspired me. So after that, I started to, after I went to Winston-Salem State, I was
Winston-Salem State.
Hey,
Shout out.
Yes. and I went on a football scholarship.
Uh-huh.
And I had to tell you that right at the time that I had the opportunity, lost the opportunity to play with the Dallas Cowboys.
Wait, pause. He tried to sneak that in there. Did y'all catch that?
Yeah, I got it.
Rewind. Go
Still
back.
my heart.
Go back. Say it one more time.
Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys.
I love them.
He loves the Cowboy fan. I know it's a bunch of Cowboy fans watching right now. You can go everywhere and find a Cowboy fan. I'm Buffalo Bills, by the way, but you can go anywhere and find a Cowboy fans are built different. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it was embracing to me because the guys I was telling you about that coached Park Warner, it was a teams like the Cowboys, the Vikings, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I just happened to be on the Cowboys team. So that's what the love of
the Cowboys. Okay.
That's where they come from. That's where it started.
Awesome.
And just full circle. And when I got the Winston-Salem State, I had an opportunity. They was there, the scouts were there to check out some of the senior guys.
Mm-hmm.
I was a freshman at the time, there my junior years when I had an opportunity to go, but I ended up getting hurt. I bruised my kidney at the time and lost that opportunity. Very devastating.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up, after the Winston-Salem State, coming back to my hometown, Norwood.
Okay.
while I was there, I was one of my cousins asked me to come and help them out. They were short at this little small mom and pop waste company called Alley Cat. Joe Carter owned it at the time. And I was like laying around not doing anything there at the time. And I went to help him out that day. And man, that was the roughest day of my life. You know? I was like,
he put you to work.
I thought I thought the Lord would punish me, man. I felt like the prodigal son.
Oh no!
Because it was like, man, Lord, from playing, getting the hoopla and all the accolades and stuff, playing sports.
Correct.
And man, how did I end up here? So one day, this was really sparked. One day, it was an older guy. I was down at one of the sites on a Monday morning. The trash was all over the dumpster there. And I was down there buried in trash, man, and pulling stuff around. And an older gentleman came up, and he was a good friend of my dad. And he looked down at me and he said, son, he said, aren't you Clint Shanker's son? I said, yes, sir. He said, you mean to tell me he sent you to school to come back here and work in this trash?
Oh, okay.
When I looked up at him, right, something went all over me. And it pissed me off, really.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you going to judge me? And where your son's at? In the penitentiary. But when I walked around the trash and back up on the hill where he was at to give him a piece of my mind, I
just saying.
Yeah. And I looked him in the face there, and I really looked in his eye. And what I saw, it wasn't trying to put me down. It was disappointment. It was hurt because I can tell that he had lost his son in doing stuff that they shouldn't have by being most of the kids, like 2 or 3 of them was in prison. And when I looked him in the eye, he didn't say it from a point of degrading me. He said it from a point of pain.
That's good. Stay right there for a minute, because that's a lot to unpack. Because so often we misinterpret
That's right.
what people are saying. Okay. Because while you were speaking, I took offense to it, you know,
Right.
meaning immediately that, okay, what you talking about? I'm at this trash, you know? So, and like you
Exactly.
said, you was a little pissed off, but you were able to discern and to decipher that he was coming from a point of pain.
That's right.
And that's huge, because a lot of people can't do that. You know, most importantly, most people would have walked off.
No doubt.
Like, especially a young man, you would have left or cussed them out, or, you know,
Yeah.
and there would have been a whole other kind of conversation. You
That's
know
right.
what I mean? Okay. And so that is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep going. That's good.
And it showed me another thing, that their perception of a garbage man was low.
Come on, somebody.
And that's what I received, and that's what I got from a lot of people. And it was like, man, how you go to school, you got this big promise and stuff, you know, you're paying in the lead and all that kind of stuff. And I seen the guys that I played with, you know, they had that same mentality. They were better than others, getting the special treatment and all that kind of stuff, you know, the favor. And I was like, yeah, and that's what that was some of my disappointment. Like, how did I end up here? Because I had that same perception. And so how can I judge him for looking at me that way? Because that's the position that I was at. But I'm like, this is not me. You know, I was saying to myself,
Correct.
this is not me. But one thing that the experience that I learned from this was the fact that it's not me, but it's not going to define who I am. So after digging through that trash and seeing that and facing him face to face and seeing that in his eyes, I understood where he's coming from. And as a black man,
Okay.
I could tell that, along with my dad, I could tell that they wanted more for us. And they was always tell us that.
Correct.
And the sacrifice that they made, they took that. I saw my dad, for instance, and this what really deterred me a little bit as well. It was a guy that used to come around. My dad used to buy the best furniture, but in about 2 or 3 years, and he would buy it, and I didn't realize it till I got a little older, but he would buy it on layaway and stuff. And so there was a guy that used to come by and pick up, and if he laid on the pavement and stuff, he would come back and harass. So one day he came out and harassed my mother when my dad went home. And when he got home, my mom was in tears explaining it to him.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom took him to the store, and I rode along with him. When we got there, he didn't know that after he was in the store talking to the guy, that I had sneaked in the store as well. And as I was going in, the guy, the white guy, was laying into my dad.
Oh, wow.
I mean, really belittling him.
Yeah.
And it affected me in a way because my dad was my hero. Whenever he come in, he was a quiet guy, but when he speak, he mean what he say.
mean what he say. Mm-hmm.
And he had that respect throughout the community, right? Not only in the home. And to see this white man belittling him, and he's not really defending himself.
Okay.
He was taking it.
Mm.
And I was like, it took me a while to understand why he did that.
Yeah.
So when we got home and stuff, and I was in tears. And I asked him, how do you let this man talk to you like this? And he said, son, you never let, and this one was saying that I'm older I got, the more I understood. But he said, you never let another person worry you. Don't let nobody else's worry you. And I was like, what do you mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
That was his way of telling me that that's that man's problem.
Correct.
Not mine.
Wow. Okay, wait.
So it didn't change.
Grover dropping nuggets tonight, y'all. This is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't let no other person's worry you.
Right.
Okay, y'all need to type that. Don't let no other person's worry you. It's that man's problem.
That's right.
That's huge. Mm-hmm. And that was your dad's response.
That was his response.
Now let's go back just for a moment. So we go from this pioneering, successful football career, in a sense, like when you're at college and you're all this fame, so to speak, and fanfare and all of this good stuff, yet to get injured.
Right.
So we can't miss that. Like, you got injured, and the injury was obviously so intense or that it cost your career.
Right.
Okay.
Doctor told me I could lose a kidney if I was to continue to take another blow.
Wow.
Because it was that bad. And I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and I didn't even tell my mom.
Unbelievable. Yeah. And why didn't you tell your mom?
Because I felt like I didn't want to worry her, because she gave everything she had to make sure I was successful in school.
Yeah.
Best ride, and she would get out and put gas in the carburetor and stuff like that. We had 2 cars, and she let me drive the best car, and she was putting gas in the carburetor. And that was my dream, to one day to be able to buy her a new car. And
did you?
Go to the league, and I did.
Oh my gosh! I told you I was supposed to bring tissue. Every show I need tissue. Okay, yeah. I mean, this is so, and you wonder why he's so humble, because you would never put. Oh my gosh, you never judge a book by its cover, as we always say, until you open the book, until you open it and really speak to someone. That's why they always say, be kind to people,
right? Because
you never know what they're going through, and your smile can just brighten their word, or just a nice settlement can, right. Because what you're sharing with us is that, I mean, it's amazing what parents will do for their children, and the impartation that and the seeds they sowed into you made you this humble giant that you later said, I'm going to make sure I give back. And how did you handle that? Like, once the injury happened, did you fall, I know you said sadness, but
the very thing, that's what I was leading to, because the very thing that I felt like the prodigal son, and that was that job. And that being buried in that trash and coming back and doing, and what I ended up doing was I put that energy into my work, because one thing that happened after that, I felt kind of bad myself, because the guy prejudged me because I was there. And so what the Lord showed me was the fact, and I felt like the prodigal son, that what the Lord showed me was the fact that he brought me off that pedestal. Mm-hmm. And I looked around, the guys that was working there from the inside were awesome guys. These guys were far from being a dummy or a loser and stuff like that, like people would perceive them to be. They were hard-working men. They was men that took care of their families. And so I looked around, and the Lord put in my heart, like, man, you can help. If they look at you on this Patterson stuff, then you can help these guys.
Wow.
If Grover can do it, you can do
You
it.
can do it.
But I learned from them. There's a guy named Fillmore Lilly
Mm-hmm.
that I was helping out that day. And this guy, I had just got on the truck, man, and he had a time clock. He had a clock in his truck. He said, man, you got 5 seconds to dump that can.
Mm.
He drilled me the whole day. Like
So you was in training.
Like I was in training.
So you went from the top of the trash to training.
But I saw how they work together, how the owner trust them to get the job done, how they interact with the customers.
Correct.
And I mean, this man wasn't messing around, and he showed me how to work.
How to do it.
And man, and it was him like Fillmore Lady, Kenny Wall, guys like that, man, Walter Bowles. I looked at those guys, man, how they was dedicated to what they was doing.
What they was doing.
And how they looked after me and the other person. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I kind of was like, I still had to in my mind that just as soon as I get in that truck, they ain't gonna see me no more.
You know, we still have that.
I'm gone. That's in the back of my mind.
So on that note, hold it one more second because we got to pay our sponsors and everything. So we're going to go to another quick break. It's refreshing with Dr. Erica. We'll be right back.
The Connected Radio plays the hottest hits from indie or mainstream artists. Artists, do you need radio play and promotions? Call us at 1-855-566-6328. The Connected Radio is the real station for the people.
With Dr. Erica, and I'm telling you, this interview has made us full. It's been laughter so far, some tear jerking. We've been talking about all the good things, and our special guest, as I said earlier, is Mr. Grover Schenkel, the owner of Community Cares and the CEO of a nonprofit organization. Be sure to follow him and his committee of his committee chairs and everything at Community Cares, and you can find him as Grover Schenkel on social media as well. Okay, so back to what we were saying. So Grover was bringing us into his lifestyle, and he went from this famous football player at Winston-Salem University, and then he got injured. We talked about that, and so now he brought us into what he did next, which was a trashman. Okay. And back in Norwood, was that? Right. Okay. Back in Norwood. And he began working there, and a young man said some things to him that was much older than him that he could have took offense to it, but yet he understood the man's pain. And so out of that pain came some purpose. Okay. So we'll continue with that dialogue. Yeah. Yes. Go right ahead. Now you were upset because you're on your mentor, right, or your trainer was telling you how you needed 5 seconds to put the trash.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I was like, I didn't want to have that much respect for him that I didn't want to leave him and abandon him on the route. So I was committed.
No, don't abandon him, Grover. Don't.
I was committed to at least get back to the office because I was impressed with him. And I was like, man, this is not me, man. I'm like, Lord, why in the world? What is going on that I'm in this predicament? And but I seen that, like I said, and he met the other driver, Kenny Wall, there at the lunch, and I was listening to those guys talk and stuff, man. And I was like, wait a minute, there's a whole nother side of these guys. Wow. That nobody's is giving them credit for what they're doing, and the hard work they was doing, their pay wasn't matching. Okay. The work that they was doing.
I mean, y'all feel that way. Yeah. The pay ain't matching the work that you're performing.
I think it was like,
that's why you gotta have multiple streams of income.
No doubt. And it was like $6 an hour. I think it was somewhere around there that I was making.
Oh my.
They was probably around 12 or something like that.
Oh God.
And I was like, man, all this work, I ain't no way to work. I had in my mind while they was talking and telling that story. ain't no way I'm staying here. As long as I get to that shop, that's it. But long story short, those few days turned into 25 years later
Wow.
with that company.
Mm.
And what ended up happening, it was one promotion after another. So I put the hurt, the pain, and the disappointment that I had there with waste management, when not making to the pros, into my work.
Mm.
And when I was on the back of that truck every morning, I had a purpose just going because the Lord showed me now that I'm number one, I'm going to let these guys outperform me. Number two.
Oh, he done got competitive now.
Yeah. When I get off, man, I'll run.
That's that football coming back
doubt.
out. That's that football.
I run to that can, man. You time you want to, I'm popping. And he was like, he would get out the truck and go across the street, get the other can. I was determined I was gonna have both of these cans empty. You get back in that truck. I don't need you back here.
Wow.
That's why I got that drive, right?
Uh-huh.
So my upper management noticed that. So he came back and he was like, man, have you ever been in the military? I said, like, no.
Uh-huh.
And he said, well, he watched my performance. And have you ever thought about being a supervisor?
Wow.
Well, lead guy first.
Lead guy.
I was
Okay.
I said in the back of my head still, I was like, man, just don't know. I'm ready to leave here. But
Oh, you were still ready
I was
to
still
leave,
in the back of
Robert?
my mind. But and one thing led to another. So he put me in the lead job position, then end up being a supervisor.
Uh-huh.
After that, I had a drive there. The one day I saw the little white trucks riding around.
Wow.
Man, I'm gonna get in one of them trucks one of the days. So that was in the back of my
See?
mind. So I was just bust my butt, and I start receiving responsibility.
Yeah.
And more responsibility they were putting on me,
Uh-huh.
the more I would get it done and move forward to get closer to driving one of those white pickups, meaning the
Wow.
supervisor position.
Uh-huh.
And it happened. So I said all that to say this. That drive was the fact that I get in that office, I can have an effect on these other guys
Mm.
by increasing, number one, finding out what's going on in the office, how this thing works, and then having influence where I can increase their salary.
Correct.
And that's what I did.
Wow.
And so we got in, we was able to sit back, and so I was able to highlight some of the things that were being done and talk along with the manager, and one thing led to another. I didn't do it. I just exposed to the manager what they was already doing on their arrival because
Okay.
I had the opportunity to do it.
Woo! Okay. So are you guys following along? I mean, this story has so many moving parts. So we go from the trash. He was on top of the pile of the trash.
Right.
$6 an hour. $6 an hour. Okay. To later being the lead and then having his eyes on the pickup truck, because that was the prize, right? Okay, the pickup truck. So your eyes were on the pickup truck. And so you begin to strategize, even though you started at the bottom,
Right.
and those other guys were above you, and you knew they were good guys. You said to yourself, I'm going to strategize not only to be competitive enough to outdo them in a sense, but also to bring it back full circle and make sure that they have the best of the best.
Right.
And that is so huge because you could have still been in your feelings about what the man said to you, and you could have still been bitter about your football career. Okay. And being in that position, but you saw beyond that. So you developed the strategy for these people to be able to have more and obtain more.
Right.
And how many times do we look at things? Because I can speak for myself as well. I've said to myself, like in my real estate career, when I got my real estate license, I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm going to kill it. I said it immediately. And I was determined because I was in the environment that was conducive to do that. Everybody in the beginning of my real estate career, I was around a group. They said, oh, Erica, we're going to take you under our wing. We're going to take you under our wing. And that's exactly what they did. I mean, it was 8 of us, and they taught me and trained me, kind of the guy you're saying, the
Right.
trainer on the truck told you got 5 seconds to do this, that, and the other. And I mean, I was getting things done so swiftly that they were just like, okay, you're built for this. Like
Right.
you teaching us. And so I end up that 6 months breaking a whole record in the company in
Right.
6 months. And they were just like, where did she come from? But see, and then I gave back to them. So I'm saying it's like when you know where you're at and you analyze where you're at, and you not look at, so to speak, the outcome, but you look at the current situation, that's when the doors begin to open for you.
That's
And
right.
that's exactly what you did. And so once you got to the point to where you asked them to get raises, okay, with your supervisor, then what happened?
Well, that's exactly what happened. It was like, well, Grover, if instead of me hiring another guy, you let them know that if they get a little more productive and cover this area, then I pass that on to them.
Look at
And
this.
so that's
Territories.
So we go back and I must say where that came from. Well, like say working with number one, my dad, man, he was my hero. He taught me a lot. And the saying was, never let another man worry you. That's exactly what it is.
Never let another man worry you.
And then growing up around my uncles, I saw them go in and work in the snow, ice, and all kind of elements to help other people that wasn't even able to pay them.
And
They didn't cut corners.
Wow.
So it taught me good ethics.
Yes.
And no matter what the situation was, and always build on foundation, a solid foundation. That was one thing he taught me. And doing that everything that you build, let it stand on its own. And then you
that's good.
And so, and it passed on
That's
to, and I
good.
just took that training and passed it on to what I was doing to advance my career.
Wow.
And then I heard that, this was a mom and pop operation when all this was going on. I heard that one of the largest waste companies in the world was going to buy this company out, which was Waste Management.
He heard through the grapevine.
And so the little thought that I had in the back of my mind of leaving changed.
That's right, Grover. He was eavesdropping, y'all.
No
He
doubt.
was eavesdropping.
And
Changed my mind.
no doubt. And I was like, so I was, first it was on the down low, but then whenever I was able to let the other guys know what was going on, I was like, man, look, because all these little raggedy trucks and stuff that we make and do, this company get involved. They was talking about new equipment. It's going to be better for you guys and all. And so it was that carrot in front of us that kept us driving. And everything that I learned inside, I passed it on to the drivers in the help.
Wow.
And that gave me an opportunity to be a blessing to them. That was my drive. And 25 years later, man, there we go.
25 years later, there it is. Can you imagine? Like the trash trucks back then were like what? What did they look like back then?
Oh man!
Because nowadays they don't even get out they don't even get out of the truck.
And it's the thing.
This is mechanical and all this stuff or whatever. They don't even get out anymore.
Right. And the point that I learned from that, it's the things that behind the scenes, it's the things that you don't see. And what a person do behind the scene, 5 o'clock in the morning, man, and seeing those guys out there in the morning, at night, 9, 10 o'clock, back in there at 6 o'clock in the morning, the commitment and stuff. I know one guy, his son, man, he had 2 twins, and they had complications. His name James Coulson. I seen this guy. Excuse me, it tears me up when I think about it, man.
Okay.
I seen this guy so committed to the job that he would take days off because it was critical. They was in a different life situation. And he would come back to work. His wife was at the hospital. He would come back to work all day long, go back up there with his kids, come back the next morning. And he was that dedicated. To the job and still being concerned about his kids. And to see that, man, and to see people sit back and prejudge those guys, man, I was like, we got to bring as much attention to them as possible and let them know. And so that led me into doing what I'm doing now, because on the weekends, we would, there was a guy, what was his name? One of the city councilmen, Dexter Townsend.
Okay.
On the weekend.
In Norwood.
And now this was in Albemarle, started in
Albemarle, okay.
And they had trash out and down the streets and stuff in some of the communities. And on the weekend, he and his family used to go out and pick up trash. And so I was like, man, that's something we need to be a part of. So I got with the manager and stuff and got permission to use one of the trucks to go out and meet those guys on Saturdays. So we got the volunteers or the drivers, and we would go out and help them pick up trash.
So the trash guys used to go with you.
Right.
To go pick up trash.
That started picking up trash in the community and stuff.
So they started helping you with your vision.
Dexter Townsend, yes.
Wow. Isn't that something?
Yep. And it's led from there. And that spirit of helping the community and stuff, that's where it all came from. It all started.
Okay.
So
That's
thank
where
God
it-
for the company backing us up with the equipment and stuff to do that.
Yeah.
But and after that, one thing led to the other, and went from supervisor to manager, and then and at that position, I was able to do not only Stanley County, I was pulled over to Rowan County.
Oh gosh,
And
expansion.
so one thing led to another. And so
Wow.
it led out. So life is like I say, complicated, and it has its up and downs and stuff. But when I was going there, we was getting things done, one thing or another. The management changed after 25 years. We got a guy in that was unethical at all.
Wow.
Didn't believe in it. He was cutting corners,
Mm.
and he and I didn't agree on a lot of things. And one day downsized, and they asked me to go to Atlanta for a week. And while I was down there, things, he felt like I had went over his head or one thing or another. But when I got back, we had little complications and stuff, that disagreements, and he wanted me to do things that I didn't think was ethical, and I can go along with it. So he ended up firing me.
Mm.
With that disappointment, man, after 25 years into that business, and the commitment and stuff, and the life that and the time that I had poured into it,
Correct.
it was devastating again, like it was when I got injured with the NFL. And so I had to reinvent myself, and it was like, wait a minute, come to a decision where I'm gonna go work for somebody. I'm gonna start my own business, and that's what I did.
And that's what
I
you
went back
did.
and started my own business, and then it gave me an opportunity for what I had learned there about a corporate difference between a mom and pop and a corporation. So I put together and started GS Dream Service, my own
Wow.
business.
His own business.
And I
Come
took,
on.
and a full circle went back to the very same thing that my uncle and my dad them taught me about, because he was a painter, and my uncle then was a carpenter and stuff, and they went right back full circle, and that's where I started my business.
Wow. Look
The
at
very
that.
same thing.
Okay, so I mean, I told y'all this was, I keep saying it every time. I just find the best quality. That's what we do here, okay? But I am so like, wow. It's so after all said and done, you started your own company,
Right.
okay? From standing on a pile of trash, and now you started your own company, and it had expansion with it. So then we filter over into the nonprofit. So let's talk about that, the nonprofit Community Cares. So like you said, you pick up trash, you have volunteers, and let's just talk about what's coming up this weekend. Let's go right into it for this
Right.
weekend.
Now, leading up to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
After, you remember I was telling you we was picking up trash on the weekends.
Correct.
Right? Full circle. And after I had lost my job at Waste Management and all, there was a guy named Nooney Watkins that had an impact on the community as well. He led like the basketball teams and all that, and he had cancer, stage 4. And so me and Terry Letbell, a friend of mine, we was riding down the road one day, and we was like, man, we need to do something for our brother. So we got the idea of doing that. So we got in contact with Reverend Letbell, and he blessed our idea. And so then we got in touch with the Cottonville Male Choir, and Kent Melton and Charlie B. Richardson, those guys, and Gut and Walt Watkins, got with those guys. And we was all going to have a big cookout for these guys for Nooney Watkins, right? Little did we know their church was planning on doing the same thing, his church. And so we found out, we collaborated and had a big weekend. We raised over $5,000
Wow.
that one weekend. But we was able, when we found out about 3 other guys that was at counseling and stuff, so we was able to bless them.
Wow.
And that's where it started.
Yeah.
That's where my nonprofit started, after reaching out with love with him. So after we did it, we was like, we got to keep this going. And that's when Community Cares was formed.
Wow. And so coming
Out of my
this
basement.
weekend, out of the basement, it was
Yeah.
formed. Okay. Good things come from the ground up. Okay.
Exactly.
And that is amazing. Like he said, it started out of love and caring for someone who had cancer.
Right.
And then the money was raised. See, people believe in a movement. People believe in inspirational things and testimonial things, and they'll donate.
Right.
And so with that being said, what's happening this Sunday?
From that foundation is leading up to where we're at now. And that's why we're having the Community Local Heroes Award.
Local Heroes Award this Sunday.
This Sunday. And we are blessed to have you as an honoree.
I know. I'm so
We are blessed to
Oh,
have
I'm
that.
so excited about
And,
being the honoree. I couldn't believe it, you guys. I mean, it's just I'm honored. It was a blessing. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And another thing, why, when the George Floyd stuff was going on with the black males in the police department and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I give my the chief of Norwood the credit for seeing beyond racism,
That's
and all
heavy. That's
and
good.
he was committed to the community.
Mm.
And I was like, man, we don't need no phony false prophets or anything like that attached to community cares and what we're doing.
Wow.
I want to do something for sure.
Correct.
So he and I had a good conversation. And the first thing that we put aside, and everybody see this phrase different, that I don't see color.
Mm.
And that's
good.
one thing we addressed,
That's
because
real good.
it was like, if you don't see me as a black man in the United States, then I have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't see you as a white man, because I really believe that's 90% of who you are,
Correct.
your experience and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we can see each other color, and the key to the whole thing is respecting each other's color.
Yes.
That's the key to respect. How can you respect something you don't love? And you don't
That's
care about?
good. That's good.
But if you got to ignore my color that makes up who I am,
Whew.
then we can't do that. Then we done lost the battle from the
Correct.
start.
And this is the police chief for Norwood.
The police chief of
In
Norwood. So we
North
got
Carolina.
that foundation,
Yes.
man,
Okay.
and he was committed, made a commitment to me that he would check his officers and train his officers to get a
Nice.
better communication. And I was committed to him that we would do the same thing with the black males in our community. And that's what we did.
Wow.
In order to bring pride to our community, that's when we started cleaning up the community. And they joined forces with us.
Wow.
The police officers got out there, the
I
chief
saw
got out there,
that.
man.
The fire department. Did I see
Yeah.
the fire department?
They worked real long with us. They out there
Yeah.
sweating, cutting weeds and pulling weeds. And one touching moment was one of the older ladies that we was in the yard there working and stuff. And we was cutting limbs and cutting the hedges and all. And we was talking about the chief, and she was like, "We got a new chief. I haven't met him yet. I don't even know him. He ain't coming around here and one thing and another. You're talking about the same old thing. He don't care the neighborhood, one thing and another." I said, "Well, man, there he is right there cutting your hedges." She said, "What?" She like to swallow, man. It brought tears to her eyes.
Oh, look
to
at
meet
that.
him,
To
stay
meet
there
him
cutting.
in person.
Yes.
Wow.
That's
I
the
mean,
effect that it brought from
yeah.
coming in and doing it. Not for show.
Mm-hmm.
It was because out of the commitment of building a relationship.
Building a relationship.
And that's what we're doing. There's two sides to every story.
Amen.
And I always say we don't want the police officers in our patrolling our community and stuff until something happens.
Correct.
And then it's too
Correct.
late.
Yeah. And that's powerful. That's powerful because it's unity.
Right.
When everybody comes together. And like you said, color doesn't exist. If we could put that aside, then and we could just be human.
Right.
And bring and put forth the effort and focus on the purpose of community cares. And so with the community, as you said it, the community coming together, you guys have done all those great works.
Right.
And then if you would like to donate to Community Cares, you can find that online as well. You can follow, like I said earlier, Grover Schenkel. You can reach out to him on Facebook. You can reach out to him on Instagram. And you can also reach out to this, just the Community Cares, because donations are welcomed, aren't they?
Yes, well,
Because they need that to be able to give back to the community. You heard him talk about the beautiful young lady who saw the chief for her very first time. That really doesn't happen. You don't get to know your police department.
That's right.
So that's beautiful. And so this weekend, if you're available on Sunday, Grover has the Local Heroes Awards going on, and it's on his page. If you go to his page, it's the location is there, and donation to get in of a minimum of, what was it, $10? Was
Yes,
the minimum
donation.
$10? Where could you go? Nicely dressed, good food, meet a lot of great people, give back to a nonprofit. Where else could you do that? For a
right.
minimum of $10. So if you're available December 7th from 4 to 8, please reach out to Grover Schenkel. And you wanted something else that you wanted to tell us about, which is this book.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead and show it. Go ahead and show it.
Okay. Life is a dance. Coach Ellis, one of the winningest coaches in Clemson University.
Clemson University.
Right. He came up, he was on a book tour. He came up with one of our town cleanups, the past town cleanup that we just had. And this book is a must read if you have small athletes in your family. Because, and I say that, man, because after reading this, the effect that it had on me, I can only imagine if I had this type of mentoring and books like this, and this guy came and, offered me an invite.
Wow.
And drove 3 hours.
3 hours.
To meet the kids and stuff at the at our event. And so that's why I want to promote this book, man. And if anybody got athletes, young kids, they need to purchase this book. It's only, I think, $25, $30 or something like that.
It's worth the investment.
Worth the read.
It's worth the read. Because a lot of people have gotten out of reading. Reading is powerful. Okay, we like it audible. I know we like audio. We like all of that stuff. But it's something about carrying a book around and taking it back to which could be a lost art.
That's
and
right.
so thank you so much. If you guys are interested, please definitely go. I'm sure it's sold anywhere books are sold. Life's a Dance, okay? And this is the previous Clemson coach. And it's like Grover said, it changed his life. And that's what books will do. When they're written good, they will change your life.
It'll be on our website as well.
Oh, it'll be on their website. Shout your website out.
Yes.
Shout your website out for everybody. Let them know what your website is.
CommunityWhoCares.org.
CommunityWhoCares.org. As we close out today's show, is there anything you would like our viewers and listeners to know?
Come out and participate in your community. If you need any guidance on that and what we're doing in Norwood, I think it's phenomenal to collaborate with the police department and the community is outstanding. I think it's something that that's a model, believe me, for what's going on in a small town like Norwood. And Mecklenburg County, different areas, so it's spreading out throughout Mecklenburg County. And any county, little small town, look what Chief Wilson is doing in Norwood. I think you'll be impressed.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Grover. This was so inspirational. I am so full. I'm ready to tackle the rest of my week. I don't know about you guys, but we have said a lot. Go back and watch the replay. Share the interview. Please share. Do not forget about Grover's nonprofit organization, Community Who Cares, because it's impactful. It's branching out to a lot of different counties, and which was once just a dream, he brought it to fruition. And anybody can do it. Like he says, if Grover can do it, then you can do it. And I'm just so excited about this weekend, being part of one of his local heroes, honorees. You have no idea. It's just a blessing. And I just thank you guys so much for just even considering me. I don't take it lightly. People ask me all the time, aren't you tired of getting this award and that award? Never. You never get tired. That's like saying, aren't you tired of God blessing you? Right. That's like, no, you never get tired, because our work should not be in vain. And for you guys to recognize it, along with the Queen City Awards of Charlotte, North Carolina, allowing me for the whole Queen City to be the author of the year. I thank you very much. And I'm looking forward to our next broadcast. So tune in on Tuesdays from 6 to 7 with Dr. Erica, and it's refreshing. Have a great night.